Hey guys, what is up? Tasman Hart here. Welcome back to my TV show review. And continuing Dragon Ball Z, here's my review for Dragon Ball Z Season 7. So, to let you guys know, I got a haircut past couple of days. I feel a lot better now. Just get rid of the get rid of the sweat, and no one, my hair has been growing for like past several weeks, or for for like knows how many weeks I have my hair grown. So right now I got a haircut, so that way I can cool off and not get sweaty again. Even though you will get sweaty in the hot weather, but right now I got my haircut, so I feel a lot better now. So yeah, but yeah, I've been a little bit busy in the past weekend, and you know I've been working and all that stuff. But you know what? I'm back to do reviews, whether it's like movies or TV shows, but or whatever. But here's a TV show review. All right, but yeah, Dragon Ball Z season 7, and so this takes place after the events of Cell Games, which is season 6, and okay, so this season takes place after season 6 with the event after the events of Cell Games. And Dragon Ball Z season 7, the plot of the season is that it follows Gohan starting in high school as the hero, the Great Saiyaman. Goku competing in another world martial arts tournament, and the Z fighters reuniting to prepare for the upcoming world martial arts tournament. Now, this season, okay, I finally watched this season. I finished all the episodes, and I'm just gonna say this right now. This season was a wonderful season, and it's definitely a great season. And this season is a lot of fun to watch. Now, I do prefer the previous Dragon Ball Z seasons over this, but I will say I like this a little bit better than season 2, even though I love season 2. But I will say I like this a little bit better than season 2, even though they're both different seasons. The animation looks fantastic. I mean, just like the other Dragon Ball shows, they still look good for its time. The action was a lot of fun to watch. Of course, the beginning of Goku entering the other world of martial arts tournament, that was like one of the best scenes I've ever seen. And excuse me, seeing all the characters like Goku fights Picken, and even the Caterpillar guy, and how he fights like all these other characters in the tournament in the other world. That was like by far one of the best parts, and the best saga. Well, okay, I'm sorry. That was like one of the best episodes of this season. Seeing Goku entering the other world, and how he goes with King Kai, and yeah, that was when the show has a perfect start for this. How this season has a perfect start for the entire show, and yeah, and seeing that tournament is by far one of the best episodes I've ever seen this season. And then of course some of a lot of the comedy is really funny. And of course, seeing Gohan becoming a teenager is really great. It's very interesting, and even he actually goes to high school, which is actually really unique. And he kind of starts off as a clumsy character, but seeing Gohan grown up was really great. Even though I love the kid Gohan, but seeing Gohan grown up is really great. And even Goten, who is Gohan's younger brother. He's a lot like Goku when he was a kid, but instead it's a different character. His name is Goten, and I like his character. I think his character is a lot of fun, and yeah, he's pretty cute, and pretty fun to watch, and he can be really funny too. Of course, seeing the new character of Videl was a really good character. She's very interesting. She's supposed to be like Gohan's love interest, and not really the best parts in the season, but it's still entertaining. And of course, you got and you also got some really great episodes. Like, of course, the final part of the final episodes for the final part of the tournament for this season is a lot of fun to watch, and even like the scenes with Vendel got me at the edge of my seat. And of course, this season is a lot more lighthearted. And here's the thing: I don't usually have a problem for going back to lighthearted tone in movies and shows, as long as it's done right and as long as it can fit well with the story, the tone, and the characters, or even the narrative. But yeah, but with this season, when they did the lighthearted moments in the season, it is really fun. It's really fun to watch, and unlike the previous seasons, like season 3 and even season 6, which is more darker, which is like dark tone and it's more action packed. Now I prefer those seasons because it was just awesome to watch and it's a lot more action packed. But you know what? No one got brought back from the lighthearted feel of Dragon Ball for this season. I'm happy for it. I'm happy for it, even despite it can have a lot of action in it. Even though there's not like a whole action, but there's a couple of action scenes in a couple of episodes. Um, and for the season, and of course, and how it ended actually does. I know it's fixing to continue with season 8, but how it ended, really actually, want me to go ahead and watch season 8 and go ahead and talk about my review. And I will say I got 2 more Dragon Ball Z reviews come in, and I'll be done. And same thing as I'm gonna do Game of Thrones. Like season 6 will be coming tomorrow if I get a chance, and I'll after that 2 more seasons, then I'll be done. As for flaws, even though I love season 7, I do have a couple of issues. The issue is that not all the jokes land. Like some of the jokes that can fall flat, and there are some moments that can drag on. And oh yeah, I also love that intro, that different intro. That's one positive I can say. That one intro, how they changed the intros of Dragon Ball Z, it looks really good. I do prefer the original intros, where it's like the opening intro and the close end credits intro, the intro, like the end credits. I do prefer the old ones, but I'm happy they actually changed it. I actually do like the new ones. Like, even though it came out in the 90s and 2000s, but I really do like the different ones. And of course the final episodes were fantastic. Okay, as for flaws, there's a couple of jokes that can fall flat, and there are moments that can drag on and stuff. And also and okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay. Also, one of my biggest flaw of this season, and some of you guys are going to agree with me for this. Okay, a lot of you guys. Okay, well, actually, a lot of you guys are going to agree with me for this. Here goes. I think the Great Saiyaman is one of the stupidest twists I have ever seen. I think it's dumb, and how Gohan becomes like a superhero, and when he says the Great Saiyaman, and there's nothing great about that hero. There's nothing great. I mean, the helmet and the costume and the cosplay, and knowing that Gohan said that's his superhero is really dumb. It's like one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in Dragon Ball. Like, I understand it's supposed to be cartoony and anime, which is fine, but and it's supposed to have some slapstick humor, and that's also fine, but come on. Like, and this hero is nothing. Okay, this hero can save the world, sure, but it's nothing but the next big thing. The character superhero doing clumsy, wacky stuff, and the cheesy tone, and treating like he's the second coming of Christ, and also being impressed by his girlfriend, trying to impress his girlfriend, and I was like, oh my god, this is some cheesy, stupid nonsense. Yeah, sorry, I'm not a fan of the Great Saiyaman. I am not a big fan of the Great Saiyaman. They should have just called it the Saiyaman. Just simple and short. But no, they had to call it the Great Saiyaman because it's the next big thing. And also the helmet and the costume just looks ridiculous. The other costume when he wears sunglasses and a bandana, I mean that looks all right. I mean, what and even the green suit that looks all right on Gohan. I will give it that, but still, I thought the Great Statement was just some of the stupidest twists I've ever seen in the series. Despite that, I really do love this season. I think season 7 is a lot of fun. It's entertaining. It's got great episodes, and while it may not be the best Dragon Ball seasons ever, it may not be the best Dragon Ball seasons of the entire show, but it is still a darn great season, and it's a wonderful season, and it really shows everything that's really great about this series. So my overall rating for Dragon Ball Z season 7, now despite its flaws and despite the dumb Great Saiyaman nonsense, despite that, I love this season. I'm gonna give Dragon Ball season 7 a 9.5 out of 10 and an A. All right, so that's my review for Dragon Ball Z season 7. And what is this all? Okay, the saga is called the Tournament Saga. Okay, so yeah, so that's my review for Dragon Ball Z season 7, and I will come back doing a review for Game of Thrones season 6 either tomorrow, and I might do it Saturday, but hopefully I get a chance to do it tomorrow. But I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys later.